Just as a reminder, in case there is anybody that is coming to this as the first session, so I am the project director for Hey Neighbour, Michelle Hoar, and Hey Neighbour is a collective impact project that's been going since 2019. And we bring together a whole slew of different partners around a vision of Canada's multi-unit housing communities being more age-friendly, socially connected, neighborly, health promoting, and resilient. And we have many partners in the collective. I'm just listing here the ones that are kind of policymakers, local governments, researchers, and health sector. And of course, Happy Cities is one of those. And I needed to put renewable cities on there. Damn it. Okay, they should be in there in the Simon Fraser University crew there. But yeah, just wanted to say that this is not a set list of partners, and I'm not even listing housing providers and NGOs here. So if you love this work, you want to continue it, you want to be more connected with this collective impact project, please reach out because we do want to grow, have more partners from different parts of BC and across Canada too. Madeline, do you want to just say a quick few words about Happy Cities in case anyone is new, and maybe just the invitation to be contacting you guys afterwards?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're Happy Cities. We're a small but mighty planning and consulting firm based in Vancouver and Halifax. So we've got work happening across Canada. And yeah, we're very interested in, really sharing all of this research broadly. So if there are any ways that we can work with you to advance these ideas, please reach out to us. There's already been a few folks who have reached out about workshops or planning labs. So yeah, we're super excited to hear about how you're implementing all of these ideas. And I'll say a little bit more at the end about some of the work we do as well.
So why are we here? These are slides that I used in the first session, but I do want to go back to them just to ground us again. Really, this is all about social connectedness and ways that different kinds of policymakers and decision makers can weave um, into their policies, into their practices, different ways of building social connection. And at Hey Neighbor and with Happy Cities, we're often talking about doing this in housing context, but of course, you are all involved in all sorts of policy realms. And we really see social connectedness as a bit of a through line or a connector across policies. So a bit of a social connectedness in all policies concept is really what we want to be communicating to people. And that's really because, as we all know, we are in a moment of polycrisis. And there are lots of ways that we need to be multi-solving, and social connectedness is one of those ways. And of course, so many things connect down to housing at the end of the day. So we think this is just a really fertile way to be looking at ways of dealing with all sorts of things at once. So whether that's affordability in housing, whether it's challenges or that people are having around aging in place, whether it's climate change and adaptation or emergencies, there are so many ways in which so building social connections can help us moving forward. So we really need to take this seriously. Housing is essential infrastructure. It is a human right. It is a social determinant of health. And if we really, really sit with that seriously, how do we need to shift our policy making and resource flows? And that's really what we're here to do. So I'm going to get a little hippy dippy right now. And I am going to ask that everybody turn off their email, shut it down, turn off your phone unless you have a reason to keep it on. Silence your notifications, and let's just be completely present for the next 2 and a bit hours. For ourselves and for the work, for each other, and just remember that this feels like work, right? We're all here because this is our job to think about this. But let's remember that actually policy change is an act of co-creation, and we need the right sides of our brains to do it. So I'm gonna invite everybody to close their eyes for a few moments, and I will do it too, as goofy as it's gonna look. I want everybody to take a few deep breaths because we live in pretty scary, challenging times. And we need to remember that we are animals with nervous systems. And I want you, while you're taking those deep breaths, to think about a place where you feel connected, safe, secure, where you feel like you belong. That might be your home. It might be some other place. If you're lucky enough to have a home where you feel safe and secure and connected, both, with yourself and your surroundings, but maybe others too. Just take a moment and actually visualize that place where you feel like that. Think about what it looks like. What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What are you doing there? And then connect that place, that feeling, that thought to the work we're doing here, which is about building more connected communities, building more connected housing, um, and housing that doesn't just connect us with our neighbors, but that connects us, that allows us the privacy and the solitude to be connected with ourselves, to hear our own voices, to connect with our um, environment, our community around us, the amenities around us. And let's open our eyes and let's keep moving on. So, learning objectives, I'm not going to read these out to you because you can read too, but there's a lot of work to do ahead. We want to help you kind of identify challenges for implementing new policy, to think about what kind of starting place you're at, how much support you have within your organization for new policy directions. What might you need to do next to move this forward? Um, and let's think about different ways of doing this. So right now you each have an existing policy context. So I'm speaking mostly to municipalities here. If you're in an architecture firm, this is a little outside of you, but you're working within a municipal policy context. So you've got all these policies, you've got plans, you've got bylaws, you've got guidelines, and now we're asking you to add another piece on. So one way to do that might be to create a set of guidelines and incentives and just add them to the mix. One more new thing. Another way might be to actually take everything you're learning, these practices, these principles, and actually embed them into existing strategies. So rather than adding another layer, maybe you are making changes to existing policy. And maybe you're doing some combination of both.